Do it live. Here we go. Another Thursday afternoon show coming at you. We're talking detail code today, maybe a little wake eater too. And we're going to get into the weeds of things, answering all your hard-hitting questions you got for the detail code wake eater brand. So get them ready. Got the shirt rocking. You got the purple shirt rocking. What's up with that purple shirt? Look comfy.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot we had a podcast today. Because I spent $7,000 on an AC unit.
You took a hit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Took a hit. That's a expensive AC unit. What'd you get?
I got it for the studio because every time I hear you come up, you're sweating. The other guy's sweating.
Nah.
The other guy's sweating. I didn't want
that. Nick comes up from UK and he starts.
He's sweating.
He's sweating. He's got to fix the man an egg sandwich, get him rehydrated.
We got a training coming here soon, so I wanted to get comfortable and felt like if we're gonna call this the studio, then we need to make it like one.
Nice.
No, I didn't get Mr. Cool. I got a Samsung. I got the people outside right now. Samsung unit, like 20K BTUs.
Dang.
All right.
Sounds like a good one.
We got some exciting times today. Ask your questions. We do have to respect our chemist's time.
Yeah, he might not be here very long.
He might not be here for long. So
he looks rogue right now.
He's like, I don't know where he's at. He's driving into. Go ahead, Jamie. Introduce him.
All right. Where's my intro? Here we go. All right, everybody. He's lean. He's mean. He's one chemist machine. All right. He hails. I don't know how tall he is, how much he weighs, but look, he builds from somewhere in Texas. All right. And he's coming in hot. This is someone, we invested in, someone that we teamed up with, both startups, and we've done pretty good so far. So
he started with us, we started with him. There was a lot of trust there, right?
Not too shabby. Everybody, let's introduce. It looks like he's going by JP today, so we'll say JP,
Willy Wonka.
Mr. John, the Willy Wonka of Detail Co. What's up, John?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
Appreciate you having me on, man. Yeah, John, 5'10", weighing in at 165.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're in the same weight class then, John. I like that.
Yeah.
Out of a car.
Don't ask no questions, all right? John, can you go sideways?
Sure.
Let's see if
is that better?
Here. Well,
no, he's got Samsung. He's gonna have to go the other way.
All right, never mind. Just stay straight then.
Sorry.
We're kicking it off right, everybody. Well, how was your day, sir? Doing good?
Doing good, man. I was just running a little bit late. Been working on dilithium crystals, a new project.
Yep, don't know what that is. Sounds interesting, though. Sounds interesting.
He lost
me. They used to power the Star Trek Enterprise.
Never seen it. I never seen that or Star Wars.
What happened to all my questions? Did you delete all my questions?
Why would you always accuse me of deleting your questions?
You've been over here hitting buttons.
I didn't hit nothing. John, do you
now I got to scroll up and find all the questions again.
Hey, John, so at the beginning of all this, while he looks up for his questions, can you give a little history so everyone knows where you're from? And then we'll go from there.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, John started out in pretty much did chemistry, microbiology in the Army. Whenever I got out, man, I've been in the industry forever. Started my detailing company at 17. Did mobile detailing like most people did. Got out of the military, wanted to do something kind of related to my field. Opened up another, I went mobile for a while, then opened up a shop. And then ran across a company. And I was kind of, I was a distributor for a few companies. And was tinkering around playing with chemicals, making them out of our shop. And then, partnered up with another chemical company. I kind of helped, just develop products with them and had a great chemist there and learned a lot. And then, we kind of separated, went our own way. And then I wanted to kind of pursue my own dreams of opening my own chemical manufacturing facility. So, and I partnered up with an amazing chemist that came to work for us, and he's taught me a lot. And so yeah, we've been running full bore since. Been open, probably like a year and a half now, and just pretty much live in the lab. And burning up formula after formula. So just appreciate the good customers, man. I got some good teammates that are partnered up with us, like Eddie, man, testing all my stuff, telling me it's junk, good, whatever. And so, you know, yeah, I love the raw feedback, because that's the only way you get better, man, in this industry is, you know, people can say, you know, hey, you have great chemicals, but the problem with it is, you know, it's like telling your kid they can sing all the time, and then they go on, you know, America's Got Talent, they'll figure out real quick they can't sing. And so, man, it's good to have people that are pushing me to be the best, you know, that we can be. And so I like Eddie a lot, man. He keeps it real with me, and you know, tells me if the stuff's good, not good, and so we're trying to put out good stuff for Detail Co. And you know, I think we hit it.
I think we did
Go
too.
ahead, Jamie.
Pretty solid. All right, the questions are piling up, John. So we're gonna get straight into it. So what you doing? Cooking steaks this evening is what you said?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
cooked some myself.
I've got my other chemist with me, and then you know, he's inside already partaking, and then I have my buddy with me as well. So yeah, they came in, and then, you know, I've got my birthday coming up, so I'll have some family in visiting and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna grill us some ribeyes today, man. So I'm gonna get in there. It's the same, you know. I take a scientific approach to steak cooking. So man, I play around with salts and peppers, and
oh boy,
it's you know, got that
you
garlic
ain't putting
butter.
no polymers on them things, are you?
Nah. I wash my hands before I get to cooking.
Jamie, so we respect his time and things of that nature. Should we just get into
let's get into some questions. By the way, washing your hands, you were the one who started telling us you could wash your hands with our types of soaps and stuff, but we'll get into that. I'm sure that'll pop up. Tanner coming in hot. Parker, if you were given free reign to make one coating that is the best the industry has ever seen, what would that coating look like, and how would it be different than what's currently available? So if you had free range, unlimited,
don't give away any secrets,
dollars.
John.
Yeah, that's hard to answer and not give away a bunch.
Next question. Tanner, suck it, Tanner.
Yeah.
Suck it. All right.
That's our secret.
Yeah, no, I mean, so Tanner, what I would say is, you know, just push the industry. I mean, there's a lot of different technologies available, and you'll be seeing them come to market real soon. I mean, we've already developed them, and so we're still in the testing phases and running through accelerated weather testing, and you know, doing all kinds of different types of things with it. So I would say stay tuned, and you're about to see it come out. So it's be coming in shortly.
What makes Detail Co. safer to use than other brands and chemicals? Forever Chemicals? ?
Yeah, so no Forever Chemicals. I don't even have any in the lab at all. I don't even have a sample of a Forever Chemical. So no PFAS, any kind of Forever Chemical you can think of. We don't even have it as a sample in my lab. So what makes them safer? I mean, we're always trying to do like bio-based, so sugar-based, like what's called glucosides. Type surfactants in the soaps, and like readily biodegradable materials in there. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm using this materials myself. I bring my daughter up there every once in a while to make chemicals, and so what makes them safer is I'm trying to get what's called bio-based materials and use those as much as possible in any of the products. So like, if I'm at my house or whatever, I'm using this around my kids. I'm trying to make it as safe as possible. I like to go to work and come home in the same condition that I went to work in. And so that's the approach that I take whenever I'm making the product for Detail Co. I know, they've had their concerns. And so I always try to be respectful of that. And if you were ever, to come to the lab, you'd see, we're taking every precaution we can, even contacting the raw material suppliers to, make sure that there's nothing in them that would be potentially bad news, even at low percentages in the formulations. So hey, John, just mainly it's the bio-based materials is what we're focused on, and what's called readily biodegradable.
Hey, John, I got a question for you. So now they know who you are. So we got I saw a YouTube video once where a guy called our rinseless wash Nemesis. The one that you and I have had like text arguments over. God bless you, bro. And I love you. We don't argue anymore, right, John? It's just real cordial night, John. He called it McGuire soap.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, well, I mean, to be honest, whenever I was a mobile detailer, I mean, I used McGuire's products, so I grew up with them. So yeah, I mean, I did learn from what they did, but in the Nemesis, it's what's called a non-ionic surfactant. I mean, it's readily biodegradable. So I mean, they're probably concerned with like the foaming and stuff like that. We have made a tweak to Nemesis, so yeah, it's going to be pretty much. Go ahead.
The V2 stuff he did for us, right?
Yeah.
So what made
yeah.
Nemesis current foam? Because there's a question in chat too, like what caused it to foam? Is it safe? Is it not safe? Is it caustic?
Yeah. So I mean, that's a common misconception is they think non-ionic surfactants don't foam, but man, I mean, I could make a video of show them literally the product I'm using and how much foam it produces, and yeah. But I mean, the main thing you want to do is get the non-ionic surfactant so it doesn't need to be rinsed. And
so why is that? Why does a regular surfactant in a normal soap need to be rinsed versus the rinseless surfactant?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like I said,
Why
I mean,
can't I
man,
just take a normal soap and just wipe it off and call it a day?
it leaves behind stuff, and so whenever now you can get surfactants that are they call it like readily rinsing, and so they're easily rinsed from the surface. But yeah, the non-ionic is something that's not corrosive. You can actually leave it on the surface, and you don't have to worry about it corroding metals. The good thing about, I mean, painted surfaces, I mean, obviously you're not going to worry about the corrosion, but if that material is getting behind nooks and crannies and stuff like that, that's when you want to make sure the material is not corrosive.
Nice.
All right, next question. Sorry, John. I wanted to bring that up, John. It's been on my mind for like 6 months. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem.
Better to hear it from the man himself than us. So, how does acid wash work and not smell like absolute garbage? Man, I love the scent of acid wash.
Yeah, so that's actually, like I said, that acid wash is a green acid, and it's actually safe for even using it at a straight concentrate. It would be relatively safe to use on your hands and everything else. It's inhibited, so it's made to target very specific things, mainly minerals. And so that's what, why it doesn't smell, because it's not like sulfuric, hydrochloric, hydrofluoric. So, any of these bad acids that most of the time would be used in a prep wash. I'm not going to be putting that in any type of wash that I make, unless it's, for an industrial application or something like that. And then the smell, I mean, Eddie is, he wants the best smells. Don't let Jamie, man. Oh my God. Not to throw Jamie under the bus, but man, it would be a bad day if Jamie was picking up the smells. So yeah, Eddie,
you remember when you made sword with the vanilla scent, and you're like, guys, I can't do that. It smells like dog crap.
It's not my fault. Not my fault, John. Odor remover is too powerful, right?
That's hilarious, bro.
And, so
Loki Tanner hates Loki's scent, by the way. Hates it.
You know what, Loki? That scent was picked by my wife, Melissa, and Sarah. All agreed on that scent. Like that scent was picked by 3 women.
By the ladies. So sorry, Tanner.
Next question, because John has to go eat steak. He's got family in town.
Yeah, steak. All right, here we got a bunch of questions coming. Holy crap! All right, we did that one. Okay, what detail products are getting updated formulas and are on the new products at the horizon? Eddie, got anything for them?
I could answer that, Joe.
Yeah.
Nemesis V2. John made an absolute insane banger. Nemesis V1 was hard to make, by the way, because he did some Willy Wonka stuff. But Nemesis V2, Sword V2, BDE V2, Infinity V2. They're going to ask us, are we going to lose the durability of Infinity V2? Can you answer that real quick? Like, it's not going to lose.
No, because I mean that is a very unique chemistry that's in Infinity. I mean, you've probably seen it's an amino functional. It's highly reactive, and so, but yeah, no, that's one thing that makes I think what we're doing at our place kind of special is our water-based sealants, and that's definitely something I don't want to take away. And so keeping the amount of actives, but making it easier to use. And so we've learned some tricks over the time of producing the chemical, and playing around. I mean, I'm out there constantly playing with these chemicals on my own personal cars. And so the good thing is, I know my employees hate it, but I'm constantly out there putting stuff all over their cars. I'm sure they would chime in if they
Or
could.
Melissa's car.
Yeah, man, poor Sarah. And I mean, I go put coatings on hers and all kinds of different things, and Melissa. And so, yeah, it's, but yeah, no, we won't be losing any durability in it because it's still the same highly reactive material. It's just I figured out a better way to make it all work together.
So we sent Infinity V1 out into the world, and it, if you if you weren't ready for it,
Not only
it'd
no,
rock you.
Jamie's
But so what do
fire.
you think happened there when we got into sent it
John,
out?
tell the truth. What was Infinity V1 supposed to be? Well, you and I talked about it.
It was supposed to be a drying aid that was
Thank
going to be
you.
diluted on the surface. So you were supposed to spray it onto a wet surface, which would have diluted it out. And then, it'd have been used as a drying aid. That would have been a highly durable ceramic spray sealant. But yeah, using it straight caused some shadowing.
Yeah, well,
John, I've been
so I had a great success with it, last summer in my testing. What do you think made it so easy for me to use it in my environment? Just humidity?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's really the speed of the reaction. If you're spraying it into a towel, that would help, and then the environment would play the next biggest key. And so, temperature, humidity, stuff like that. How big of an area you're doing, how fast you're wiping it off, how much you're spraying on the towel. There's a lot of variables that come into it. So yeah, I mean, we I had to work and work and work to pull that potential for the shadowing and everything out, and make it, less prone to smearing and shadowing from the polymer just,
JP,
setting up.
Willy Wonka, you made that when we talked about this almost a year ago. We were like, hey, I'm fat and I'm lazy, but I want something stout. Remember we talked about this on text? I want
Yes.
something where I wash the car, spray it on dry, it's super slick, super hydrophobic, lasts a long time, chemical resistant. My boy over here, this guy, it's like, oh, use it dried, and then everyone in the world hates it. So everyone,
then you
you're
said
listening to
you
from
handle
the
the
mouth
instructions. I got
of
this.
the chemist, from the mouth of the chemist, use it wet.
Use it wet. But
Yeah,
V2,
yeah, it was
I don't know. V2
it was
pretty good.
made, yeah. And with V2 you won't need to. I mean,
Yeah, we use
it's
it.
yeah, we
Pretty
fix that.
All
But
right,
yeah,
next question.
it'll
Why is Guardian peach colored in the bottle, but when you spray it out, it's blue? Interesting question.
Yeah, so you'll notice we do use some tricky colors in our materials. So yeah, and the reason why it's blue, that blue hue, is the silicone taking over. So the peach is the color, and then any silicone that's an emulsion is typically has a slight blue hue to it. It's white, like the raw material looks white, but it can look blue depending on the angles and the lighting and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good question. Like I said, the peach is from the actual color, and then the blue hue is from the emulsion itself of the silicone.
Nice. Love the scent of Guardian too. It's
Yeah.
subtle. Break down the different classifications of ingredients, what they do. He basically wants to know the difference between surfactant, polymer, emulsifier.
Condense this,
so, I
John.
mean,
You got to eat steak. Condense this.
1 hour later.
yeah. Surfactants, literally lifting stuff off the surface. Emulsifier is actually emulsifying, allowing it to slide on the surface. And what was the last one?
Polymer.
Oh, I can shrink my screen and kind of see over to y'all. Sorry, man. This is my first time using this. So, I mean, polymers, are used everywhere. There's if you're trying to create in the soaps and stuff like that, the reason why we're using them is to create slickness. So that's the reason why we would use them in a soap. And a lot of the polymers are actually emulsified, so they have surfactants in them. So yeah, it's but the polymers, the reason why we're using them in some of the soaps and stuff like that is to create slickness. You can use them like amino functionals to give protection, but for what they wanted, we did not do that. So it's mainly because if you were prepping a car or something like that, you don't want to have to sit there and fight those, the curable polymers. You don't want to fight those with a panel prep or something like that if you're going to move into any type of LSP, like a last step process or anything, or a coating. So Eddie didn't want anything that was curing on the surface. So, but there are polymers in there to create some slickness.
Boom.
Next question.
Why
John, we got 10 more
does it-
questions and we'll let you go by 5:45. Are you okay with that,
Why?
John?
No, we got 20.
Sure.
We got 27 questions.
Oh, fire,
John,
fire,
rapid fire. Why does Infinity reject most toppers that aren't Infinity?
So yeah, I mean that is, man, that's one of the craziest water-based sealants out there. I'm sure you've seen, if you've taken anything to it, and you've tried it. I mean, it's pretty much a water-based ceramic coating. It's I don't know of anything that's more durable. If you put it on correctly, it is it was the best. I mean, when Eddie wanted me to make something and he wanted something, I said, okay, well, we're just going to sit there and work and work and work, and with different amino functionals and push them to the limits and increase the reactivity, what's called cross-link density. If I could put my fingers out like this and you had a polymer chain and you tried to make the polymer chain, I'm just crushing it down like this, you can increase the cross-link density of that material, make it almost impenetrable. And so what we did is we made that amino functional highly reactive, and added some tricks to make it bond to the surfaces and stuff like that. And yeah, it's that's the reason why it's so rejective of everything. It just has a very high cross-link density, and it's highly reactive, and that's the reason why it sets up a little bit fast. And so we use the same exact material, but we slowed the reactivity down just a pinch. And so instead of curing in maybe 3 minutes, it may take like 5 minutes before you want to hit it with water.
Yeah, but if you want to use it now, so when we leave here, Jamie clip this part, okay? We're going to use this for the website.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep.
If you want to use the thing now and get the best results, it was created, the mouth of Willy Wonka, to be used on a wet panel. Wet the panel, wash it, wet it, spray it, dry it. Then you won't have the issues that most are having with darkening effect or high spots because it was made to be used with water.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's so glossy.
So glossy.
Yeah, I mean it was made to be diluted out on the surface, as a drying aid almost.
So what's the appropriate 1, 2, 3 steps for John to apply Infinity straight from the chemist's
So
mouth?
So what I do is wash the car while it's wet. I'll go ahead and mist it onto my towel, my drying towel, wipe it on, flip the towel to another side, and continue drying. And that's my approach. I'll just do once the towel's kind of loaded with Infinity, I'll go ahead and it's pretty much just like one spray per panel unless you're doing like a hood or something like that. So I'll wash the car while it's wet, mist my drying towel, wipe it into the surface, flip the towel to the dry side, dry the car, and boom, move to the next panel.
Boom. There you go. We're going to clip all that, make a nice little how to do.
What
is it?
John, thank you, John.
All right, Ghost. Did you make Nemesis foam on purpose to see Eddie have a heart attack?
I like to play with Eddie. Yeah, so I do.
He left.
Yeah, I do like to play with Eddie because he was like, no foam. And so yeah, I mean, we did we are backing off that. And so like I said, I'm adding defoamers into it to get Eddie's heart condition back, because I know his blood pressure was going up, and he was trying to send me the doctor bills and everything else, and I was like, oh my goodness, we're gonna run some defoamer in this thing from now on. So the next batches that come out of our facility will make sure to have a appropriate amount of defoamer, so there's no more foam in it, and we can get Eddie's heart condition back on track.
You did make a version 2 of Nemesis, though, which is going to be your Mona Lisa, your masterpiece.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there. It's game changing. There's zero foam in that.
This is a good question.
Yep.
John, what was the most challenging product in
From
Detail
Detail
Co. that he had to formulate?
Believe it or not, it was V1 of Nemesis, because I tried to do so many different things with that particular product, that it was hard to put that together. And I mean, most of the time, you know, if I was trying to make something simple, but I was trying to make it remove so many different things from the surface, and break down so many different things, and so there was a lot going on in the chemistry of the Nemesis V1, and so to try to replicate that in the V2 was challenging. But the good thing is, I mean, you know, now that I've been sitting there making hundreds of formulations of you know, different soaps, rinseless, waterless, whatever, I've learned a lot of tricks over the time, and so yeah, that was a tricky one to make at, you know, out of, you know, that just jumps out of my head as something that was challenging.
I know someone asked down here, have you had a product that you developed that came together quick and easy that surprised you? And speaking of challenges, I remember, so we had Infinity, and then we had my towels made, and then I was like, John, these are wrecking my good towels. I need a solution.
Killer.
And then we started developing Renaissance. And it came together pretty quickly. You were like, I've
Yes.
never made a microfiber wash, but I'll take a shot at it. And we only had like a couple revisions, mostly thickness wise, to get the right thickness so you can pour it in, you know, real easy.
Touch my
And
God.
so,
First
what do
shot.
you think?
That was a product. Yeah, I'll agree with you, man. That you know, we didn't do a lot of revisions, but that product is surprising on how good it works. I mean, that's what we actually use at my own facility, is the Detail Co. Renaissance to wash our towels there, and because it is, to me, the best microfiber wash on the market. I mean, I've used them for years and years, all the way to like the all free and clears and everything else, and followed everybody, you know, in the world's directions on how to clean microfiber. And this, man, it can remove, you know, a lot of our, you know, when we're messing with raw materials at our place, I mean, imagine infinity times 10. It's, you know, to get stuff out of the towels, it's difficult. And so that was a product that did come together. You know, it only took a few revisions, but it performs well beyond what I would have ever envisioned, you know, any microfiber wash to be. So I'm hoping that everybody loves it. But the great thing is if not, give Eddie and Jamie
content on that bad boy, and it took off so fast. Like, we can't even still keep it in stock. So people love it.
The best. Look, I'm gonna just say that I love my brand. I never hype it up as the best stuff because I believe like the product should do the talking. But when you sent us the first version, and remember I sent you a video of a foam because I was foaming soap for 2.5 hours in the garage. Remember that? You had sent me 15 revisions. When I saw that mug foam at 1 ounce, more than everyone's soap in the world, I was like, something for this broken. And then I remember I used it, and I was like, this can't be real. This is because that was the first time you had made. It was a one and done. It was literally one shot, and we just had to reduce the price because it cost more than my house payment. And then I was like, let's go.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a shocking product. I mean, it's literally shockingly good. So I would say that one was you know, one of the easier ones to formulate, but it's just surprising on how amazing it is.
There you go. No V2 for Renaissance, everybody.
No,
Don't worry. It stays the same. It's
we should do a collab product, turn it purple or something.
Yeah, its color is about all color and scent.
Never touching that. That's in the book forever.
Yeah, maybe we have like a fan vote. What color and scent do you want? Like a limited edition Renaissance?
Should do low-key color, low-key scent just for Tanner.
All right, Becca Green. How many different kinds of surfactants are there? That's a question.
Generally 3. You know, is the most. You know, if you're looking for soaps, most of the time it's just going to be 3 different types of surfactants.
All right, next question.
Next question. Are there higher end ingredients like polymer surfactants and emulsifiers?
Yes. Yeah, that is the problem. Because you in the lab, I mean, I'm one of these people, I always want the best. But the problem with it is some of these products would cost like, you know, $150 a gallon. And like so it's just,
remember that? Soft.
Yeah, man, there's, you know, like I said, there's some, you know, there are But I mean, we are using some of the best. I mean, if you look at the chemicals like BASF and stuff like that, we're using the best of the best. But you are correct. We can, you know, formulate products to be just not cost effective for the end user, and so that is a big concern. But luckily, Eddie is one of those people like, you know, hey man, what will another, you know, a couple bucks do in the formula or whatever. And so he's given me some free reign to try to make his you know, brand the best. And so, but you are correct. We can make stuff that just costs so much money that it's just not practical for the end user. And then the gains of it is negligible.
Just how
And
you and
so it's like,
Jamie came up with the soaps too, because I remember Jamie, I did the most of the testing because I could never get anything to foam at my place. You remember that? You're like, Jamie sends
yes.
a video of 50 mils, oh Lord, and he'll do the Lord. This stuff is
10
wild.
mils, 15
And then
mils.
I couldn't get the foam. So you had a lot to deal with Jamie and I because it was two different perspectives, right? Jamie's
Yep.
stuff would always be like Infinity works on a dry panel. I've never got it to work on a dry panel, but I trust them. I'm like, cool, let's run it. Nemesis didn't foam for us, but then the world got it to foam. It's been a lot of trial and error for you. So how was it working with two dicks?
Nah, man. At the end of the
Pretty
day,
straightforward way to put it.
yeah, no, at the end of the day, man, I like the truth, to be honest. I've said it for years, even with the previous company I worked for. I was like, man, give me feedback, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you want to push yourself, then you have to have the hard people in your lives that are going to tell you the truth. And so I actually appreciate it. And I mean, that's why you know, I hope to be a little bit more involved with like some of y'all's online forums and stuff like that, and be, you know, answering some questions on there. Because at the end of the day, you know, people are using the products all over the world, and your conditions are different than mine and Jamie's and Eddie's. And so I appreciate the feedback, and it's going to push us to make the best of the best. And that's, at the end of the day, I mean, I want everybody's life to be simple. That's the reason why I do what I do. That's the reason why I always was training people, is because I want them to learn, and also have the best of the best products to, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm sitting here taking some time away from my family, but it's for the greater good of our community. And I want to make products that are going to help us speed things up, so you can get back to your homes, families, whatever else. And so that's the reason why, you know, trying to do what we do.
All right, Jamie, shotgun it. Sorry, John.
Boom. Plant-based products. What you think about them?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's bio-based. So when they say it's bio-based, it's like glucosides and stuff like that, made from sugars and stuff and plants. And I mean, there's all kinds of different, you know, new materials that are always becoming available to us. And so we're always on the hunt. We have so many different raw material suppliers come into our factory, you know, some daily. There's multiple raw material suppliers coming. And so I am trying to focus on as many plants, sugars, you know, like, you know, renewable sources as possible, and bio-based materials or renewable sources or whatever. So we are trying to focus on that, and I hope that we can continue to push it. I mean, and you are correct; they are more difficult to work with. But at the end of the day, let me see. They do cost more per pound. If you were to look at them, they're about double the cost of a lot of the materials out there. Like older technologies, you know, they're maybe even a fifth of the cost of some of the plant and sugar based and everything else. Like these renewable materials, yeah, you are correct. The cost is a lot higher on those.
Boom. Any thoughts on developing an interior cleaner to attack mold?
We already got one for weight
Yeah,
gainer, right?
No, it attacks
yeah. So
mildew.
Oh.
yeah, the mold spores, yeah, to crush them out. So yeah, I mean, that would be if Eddie's, you know, looking for that, if there's enough demand online, we can definitely
That's the
produce
Jamie
that.
department. I don't
I
touch
don't know if we want to motivate anybody to start attacking mold. That's
no,
that's some
no.
serious
You get a
business there.
lawsuit.
Yeah.
Someone gets like a nose problem. No thanks. I mean,
But we did bring up
Yeah.
wake eaters. So John, we've been working on this fish safe boat soap. Explain to them real quick
Yep.
why can we call it that? And yeah, go ahead and start there.
Yeah, so you want to just make sure the acute toxicity for, you know, or, you know, the toxicity of the like marine based anything, like any ingredient in it, you have to look through it. and just look at the toxicity levels to anything aquatic. And so like everything in there from, what we're putting in there to soften the water to everything is we just had to make sure the toxicity was safe for the, because if you're, even if you're, using them at home, that's great. But a lot of people may be in a slip, they may be, on some type of boat lift, and they're going to be using it directly over water. And so, yeah. Were you going to say
So
something,
that's why we
Jane?
made that soap. So you can actually wash it at the marina, lift it up. You can just go
Yeah, that
town.
soap is super good, dude.
So
I,
the soap drips down, hits the water. What's it do from there? Like, what does readily biodegradable mean?
Yeah, so it's going to be safe, is the biggest thing. Whenever you hear these words, they're just terms. And so it's going to be safe for, aquatic life is the biggest thing. It's not a lot of things. Like if you look at old, we'll just
Turtles.
use like, well, if you look at like bottom paint, for instance, a lot of times, it's harsh metals that are leaching in, killing all kinds of aquatic life. And so, we just went through all the materials, made sure with the raw material suppliers that everything was conforming, and that way they could have something safe and not have to worry about, pissing off their neighbors by killing a bunch of fish or something around their boat.
Yeah. There you go. Would you say it's our most biodegradable soap so far?
Yes. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's
Boom.
definitely
Just want to drive
the
this home. So anybody question the fish safe boat soap. So if you're in a situation where you need like the most biodegradable soap you can get your hands on, fish safe boat soap. Wakekeeper, go check it out. All right. How did you develop
yeah.
Classy Glassy from scratch or
banger.
previous knowledge? And how did you get those hydrophobics so good? Our Classy Glassy was a journey.
That
Yeah.
first one was thicker than my body in a bottle.
Yeah.
So the first formulation we applied, and it instantly hazed the whole windshield, and we had to use our glass cleaner to level it,
And
and
we
it
had to polish
still
it off. You remember? We had
was
to polish
instant
it off.
beating. It barely polished it off. It was a beast. And
Well, I'm
we
always
thought for a second maybe we full send this, and you level it with the glass cleaner, and yeah. But anyway, classic. What you think, John?
Yeah, so man, obviously y'all's first couple of prototypes, I was always like, man, I'm gonna make it thicker so it'll survive a bunch of abrasion and everything
Yeah,
else. But
it's
yeah, no,
thick.
you're right. It was you were wiping clear coat onto the freaking front window. So yeah, how do we develop from scratch? Most of the time, those are silane chemistries, and so what you're looking for is to try to get the abrasion resistance in a thinner film, and all of this stuff is adjustable. The evaporation rates of the solvents. Let's see, what are some of the questions? The hydrophobicity. So that is a trick. I will say, whenever you get into making stuff that's not fluorinated and getting the good hydrophobicity is difficult. So I don't want to give away the secret on that one because it is a specific
John.
raw material. But mainly look at like silanes and different types of other materials that will give you the hardness that are bonding to glass. I will say any glass coating will may be good, maybe bad, but prep the glass is going to be one of the key components into making anything last. And so as we wind down the clock, I'll say prep the glass good, it'll perform good. It's just the same as paint. Prep the paint well, make sure all the polishing oils, everything else are gone, and then boom, any coating you're putting on, detail coat or any other brand for that matter, will adhere well. But yeah, it's all on the prep. And then as far as the glass coating, yeah, it's mainly looking to some very unique silanes.
There you go. Nemesis versus Loki. What's comparable? How does Loki different from Nemesis? What you think?
Yeah, so Loki's more of a hybrid. So yeah, it's
That's why we named it Hybrid Wash. Makes
oh,
sense.
okay, well there you go. So yeah, even better. I just see Loki, so yeah, I apologize. But yeah, Nemesis has a lot of cleaning power in it, but it was mainly just the non-ionic surfactants and stuff. And so Loki is more of like a hybrid to where it will foam, especially whenever you can compare like Nemesis V2 to the Loki. Loki will have some foam where the Nemesis V2 will not.
Boom.
But
So
as far as like cleaning power and everything else, both of them are freaking perform like a boss.
monsters.
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna, I don't know if you're running across, rinseless soaps or hybrids that clean as well. But if not, I mean, I'd love to have that feedback there, Mango, and let me know.
Yeah, when we first started developing hybrid wash, our first thought was, well, what if we just take out the whatchamadoodles, the not
Palmer.
the defoamers of and the polymers in Nemesis, would it
Mhm.
foam? And it didn't. Yeah, so it's a big formula change going from Nemesis to Loki for sure. How sun safe is hard wash?
I do not recommend doing any washes in direct sunlight, but that being said, it's going to happen. I was a mobile detailer for a long time, and I mean, you can ask my wife. She was out there 9 months pregnant, still washing cars with me. So,
John,
I
you worked
mean,
that. So,
What
yeah,
a team!
yeah, yeah, we were kicking butt, but yeah, I'll just say this much. While I'm not going to sit here and say it's safe because man, that would be the wrong thing to say. Just because it would go against everything that I've ever learned. Heat cranks up the reactivity of any soap, and so no matter what's in the soap, anytime you put it, like imagine a hot wheel, and you go put an APC or a wheel cleaner on it that you thought was safe, has been safe for you forever, and then you go put it on that hot surface, it's going to make it more reactive. So it while it is, it's I personally would not have any problems using it in the sun. I'm very fast at what I do, and so I'm very fast at washing the car. So I would say that it may be safe for some users and not safe for others. But yeah, overall, nothing should dry on there to where it should be causing any problems, even if it was to dry.
but we're good
Boom.
with like soft wash. You can use in the sun. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can use them in the sun. I mean, I can go use hard wash in the sun, no problem.
But don't
But
let her do
just
it.
to broadcast that and
Yeah.
across the internet and everything else, I would say that would go against a lot of things and because not everybody's going to be as fast as somebody else or something like that. So, as a general rule of thumb, I would say hey, don't use in the sun. But if you're good at what you do, hey, man, go ahead and
Hey, real quick
Do
before
you?
we move forward, we're gonna answer two more questions. Gotta get John to get back to his family. John, thanks for coming on.
Let me
Sorry
find some
everyone,
good
we
ones
can't get
then.
to you. If you want to send me the questions, I'll try to email it to him. But remember, John is busy. Melissa's busy.
Ooh, maybe
So,
that's what we do. Yeah, we'll send him all the questions, and then he can sit down and do like
or have
a.
him back.
We'll
Uh,
have him back for sure,
yeah,
but maybe we make a pre-recorded like Detail Co. Chemist
Q&A. Yeah.
answers all thing. Yeah, yeah,
that, and I
yeah.
could become a little bit more active on the detailing forum. People could
Yeah,
ask
yeah, that
there, so
too.
everybody could see the answers. I mean, that's probably one of the better
Yeah,
places. Have them hit up on the forum, man, and I can join it and get on it and answer the questions there. So that
I'm
way
not
it'll be
rushing him.
there.
He's got stuff to do with his family, so he
yeah,
came
yeah,
on
yeah.
because he
Yeah,
thought it was more time. He's in his car, still waiting in his driveway.
Yeah, he ready
So
for
it's not.
steak. Sheeting products, John. Is it how hard is it to make something sheet rather than bead? I think that's a good question.
man. So this is one of my all-time biggest things that I wish the industry would do. But unfortunately, I love sheeting products. And no matter how high of a water contact angle things have, if they evaporate from the surface, they're gonna leave behind the minerals. But if they sheet off, they're not gonna leave anything behind. So personally, I like sheeting products. I try to secretly make the products sheet water really well. And so, but as far as formulating for it, I mean, yeah, you can have the greatest hydrophobicity in the world, but if it doesn't sheet off, if it just hangs on the surface, you're going to have the water spots. So ultimately, I wish all products were hydrophilic instead of hydrophobic, but that's not what the customers want. Whenever you're like a mobile detailer and you go put, any type of protection or coating on a car, the customers want to see the beads because they believe that that's protecting the vehicle. And so, at the end of the day, that's what we have to do as chemists and companies is we have to cater to what the end customer wants. And that's what, to re-educate all of the end consumers would be very, very difficult. So, we try to make the product sheet as much as humanly possible, but still give you that good hydrophobicity as well. So, but yeah, as far as
Trim it up,
man,
John.
if it was
Melissa's
me,
hungry in there. All right. Look,
Yeah,
she said,
Melissa's coming in
look,
high in chat.
do
Tell me
lifetime coatings actually exist? Thoughts? Yes or no?
yes, they do.
All right, that's all you get. That's all you get. Oblivion panel prep
Yeah.
safe on tenant windows.
yes or no.
On the inside of tenant windows, yeah, there's no ammonia or anything in it, so yeah, I'd be
All right,
safe.
there you go. Let me find a good one. What kind of cleaner is Sword? Sword is one we need to do a deep dive on. All right. So, what kind of dirt is it especially good at cleaning?
A lot. If you saw that formula, it does a lot of things. And so, like I said, Sword was made to tackle all kinds of different. In the, like I said, oh my goodness, my car, I must be in here for a while. My car's turning off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's multiple ingredients in Sword to make it attack a lot of different things. And so whenever you're doing interior cleaners, you need something that's not typically super high pH. But Sword's got one particular ingredient, man. I wish I could share more about it, but it is used by the big boys of the world. And so for carpet cleaning specifically. And so we've done a lot in Sword to make it the best interior cleaner we could do for the price.
Hey, John, last question I want to ask, and we're out. So, our formulas,
Hold on, I think
our coatings, and things of that nature, we don't share that with any of the other people you do stuff for. Our stuff is our stuff, right? Because there's a question in chat that our coatings might be stuff you made before.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get the audio back, but
Technical difficulty.
so that's the difference between like what we do at our facility is, there's a lot of what's called private labels, and there's what's called white labels. The white labels is just a generic formula that goes out to a bunch of different people. But at our facility, we're literally working with Eddie and Jamie to make this stuff specific for them. They own the IP. We've signed production agreements with them, and so all of these formulas are only being used for Detail Co. And like any of their coatings, any of their products for that matter, are developed specifically for them. We could go to any court in the world and I could prove that these formulas are different than anything that we make for anybody else. And so for as far as like white label, that's what happens with a lot of people, a lot of awesome blenders out there. They take a proven formula and give it to a bunch of different people, but that's not what happened with Detail Co. Like I said, I mean, I would put my hand on a Bible or go to any court and they could look at any of our formulations.
No, it's all good. It's all good, dude. Right. John, sorry to rush everybody. I know everyone came and wanted a long 8 hours things, but Melissa's probably peeking through the window like Herbie the Hello guys. And then your kids are probably wanting to see their dad because you've been out working all day. So thank you for coming on, staying in the car, answering the questions. I like to have you on probably earlier in the day, so it doesn't take away
next time we'll do it midday, and that way you're at work. How about that?
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, guys, too, man. Like I said, I had a good old time on here. Hopefully, like I said, we can do it again. And
join the Facebook group. He'll be in there. He'll be in the Thor Facebook group. Bring all your questions. John will answer them.
All right, John. Love you. See you. We'll let you go.
See you, John. Appreciate you.
All righty, man. Y'all take care, okay?
Yep.
But he was ready. He was ready to get the heck out.
He's ready. Look at he's hungry.
He's like, where's my food? This is like, get off the internet. So shout out to John for taking time out, man, because
John did work. Look, now that you know about some Detail Co, look, we're running gallons right now, 30% off, all right, and that sale ends Friday, and then the 15% sale kicks on for Detail Co as well. So 30% off gallons till Friday, and then till the 4th of July weekend is over, it'll be 15% off. So big sale going on right now, 25% off towels, 50% off almost everything.
On all our coatings still that you can.
Oh yeah, BOGOs on the coatings. You want to try them? Now's the time.
Thick and slim or
classic glossy.
Thick and slim or nuts.
We didn't even.
What we did
into the coatings.
No, because people see it that the price is cheap, but we did that for the people. Like we didn't want to overspend.
Yeah, it was for took a hit on the coatings, all right.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Matter of fact, let's give away some coatings for having 109 people on.
Let's give away some coatings.
So we'll give out 3 winners. We'll give away thick, slim. Oh, not thick and slim. I don't know what's wrong with me. Thick, glassy, what else they call it? What is your coating called? You can name these names.
Classic glossy.
Glossy Thick is
For
actually
now.
him and I. And then we'll give away the leather coating. We'll give a 3-pack. The 3 winners. What's John's wife's name?
Boom. Go, 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 go. She was in the chat, chatting it up.
What's John's wife's name?
Yeah, join the Thor Facebook group.
Ooh,
Mango. Look at that. We got a new winner tonight. That's what is that who you see on your screen? Mango?
Yep.
All right, Mango. Email me at jamie@thehouseofrags.com and I'll hook you up with a Thor 3-pack or whatever Eddie said.
Yeah, we're gonna give away another 3-pack.
jamie@thehouseofrags.com.
What was the scent that Jamie picked that sucked? I need the
Sword.
actual name of the scent for Sword, because Jamie created Sword with John Parker. It wasn't me. All I did was Princess and Infinity, but Sword is next.
Sword is my project. Oh, leather, vanilla.
I think I like Steve's thing, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
get out of here, Steve.
Steve and Paul, bro.
Nope, Paul wins. It was vanilla, all right,
bro. All right, last
Paul,
question.
hit me up. You know where to hit me. You know where to find me.
What is the proper way? What is the proper way to install Infinity?
V1.
V1. Now V2, you can do whatever you want.
Alex Wet.
Right.
Boom. There we go. That's a wrap, everybody. Look, shorter podcast today. So we did it.
Yeah, we did it, dude.
We got to bring it. So
you know what we did?
That was a good one. What?
He assumed that it was going to be earlier in the day, so he. That's why he asked us in text, "Hey, where we at?"
Yeah, he's like, I'm buying steaks. What do you mean the podcast is?
That's why we were late. Yeah. So thank you for his time. Thanks Melissa, Sarah for everything they do.
Yep, appreciate y'all.
To let become the dream that it is.
And those, if you any questions on V2, they come after we run out of V1. So 15% off July 4th weekend, 30% off gallons right now. Go check them out. There you go, everybody. That's all we got. You got anything on the way out for the people? No.
So
hey, look, Mike G's in the house. What's up, Mike G?
Prayers up for Melissa.
There we go. Yep. Always.
Prayers up for Melissa. All right. Thank you everyone for coming on. Sorry we couldn't answer your questions. If you want to email us your questions, we can get that rolling for you all, and then we could have that ready in the Q&A with John that we could do pre-recorded and get those answered.
Yeah, that pre-recorded episode sounds like a real good idea.
Yeah.
So we'll work on it. All right, everybody. That's all we got on this one. Like, subscribe, all the things. We'll catch you on the next one.